Welcome to another episode of Insurance Gone Wild. I'm your host, Dennis Settlemeyer, and my beautiful co-host is...
Stephanie Lencioni. Lencioni. You're welcome.
So, yeah, man, it has been quite a week for both of us, right?
It's been a lot.
It has been a lot.
Mainly because I've seen you more than I've seen you in a long time. And Dennis, that's a lot.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's been good.
Actually,
good.
We haven't seen each other at all last
week. But I saw you a lot today, and God, I feel the pressure, and it's a lot, you know?
That's right. Right.
No, it is. It had lots of moving parts, lots of new things, lots of good things.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff going on with
lots of good things.
The big beautiful bill in Congress on the health insurance side, the property and casualty side that I look at is just continuing to change rapidly, and it is just, oh my goodness, it is just crazy.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot. But anyway, I'm glad that we were able to get together this week and talk a little bit about different things that are about the insurance industry, as we always do, from a consumer standpoint.
Yeah. Because we are Insurance Gone Wild.
We are Insurance Gone Wild.
So it's nice to chat about it.
Yeah, and
it is wild.
And we do sympathize with our clients.
Oh, 100%. Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
What are the two statements?
It depends.
It depends, and
insurance sucks.
It 100%.
That's the two things that we have.
And we get it. Because it sucks for us too. So, okay. So tell me, do you want me to tee us off for today's topic?
Yeah,
or do you want to?
We had talked about a topic, and I had talked about tee me up, and let me see if I can take a swing at it and hit the ball.
Okay. Well, I can't even chat GPT confirm you.
This is a real, these are some real life examples of questions that I get from time to time when it comes to insurance.
Let's talk about, because we have an industry kind of like this where it's like, hey, we have somebody on staff. You have to drive to your own networking event. You have to drive to your own this. You have to drive to your own that. What does that look like regarding coverage? And then from there, let's take it a different level and then I would say insurance and real estate probably fall into the same category. Now, maybe different, but then if you have, let's say, a service, because we hear this all the time, we're like, oh yeah, no, my company's giving me a stipend, right? They're giving me a
allowance,
an allowance for my vehicle because they know that I'm going to be driving out to different job sites, right? So maybe a little bit more blue collar, whether it's electrician, HVAC, plumbing, construction, any of that. But I'm using my vehicle and they're giving me an allowance. I want to talk about how insurance works for these different perspectives and these different situations.
Yeah. So you've listed off a number of things that have some different aspects to them. And so let's start with realtors, insurance agents.
The easy.
You're
getting the layup.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So generally, if you're an insurance or a real estate agent or some other financial, or it really kind of depends on the company. You remember there's the two phrases that we have. It depends.
It depends.
And insurance sucks, right?
100%.
So it depends, but you need to check with your insurance company. But generally, if you're like an insurance agent, you can have your auto on a personal policy, but you're going to have it coded as business use. Same thing with if you're a realtor, you don't need to get a commercial policy. You just need to make sure, well, I should say you should ask your insurance company if having them on a personal policy is okay as business use.
So now let's say, hey, I work for X company. I'm a W-2 employee, but they want me to use my vehicle when I go out to these different job sites. And so so A, I'm not carrying any company equipment. B, I am carrying tens of thousands of dollars of company equipment along the way. So first is just, let's call me a foreman, a supervisor, whatever the case is. I'm just managing these job sites and going from location to location as a W-2 employee.
Yeah, it goes back to that particular insurance company that you are currently insured with. That question has to be asked, because if you have a claim that, say you hit somebody or whatever it may be, even if it's just physical damage, and that damage happens during the scope of employment, will your insurance company pay for it? You've got to ask the question. Different insurance companies will, different insurance companies will not. It depends on what you do, number one, because you're classified.
Yeah.
So whatever the class code is will help you and the insurance company determine, yeah, we'll still cover you, or no, we're not covering you, whatever.
Like, no way. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is number one. Number two is now you're also looking at the company's side of the policy.
Thank you. Yes.
So we get to the company side of the policy, and the company says, hey, Dennis, we're hiring you, but you've got to go to all these different things, but we want you to drive your own vehicle. We'll give you an allowance for using your own vehicle.
Giving you a $500 a month allowance.
So there's two things that happen. Number one was, will your insurance company for your personal auto cover that? It depends on what you do, right? But the second one is the company that you're working for, they need to have protection too. So what they want to have on their policy is called non-owned insurance coverage. Non-owned insurance is insurance that protects them in the event that I, while driving my own vehicle, have an accident.
While representing the company.
While within the scope of employment.
100%.
That's the terminology. Within the scope of employment
is always huge.
So let's say I go through a stoplight and I hit somebody. The lawyer that other person that I injured hires finds out that I'm actually on a job and I'm headed to a job site. Now they're not only going to sue me as the individual, they're also going to sue your employer.
Company, yeah.
If the employer does not have non-owned coverage on there, then they have to defend themselves. If they have non-owned coverage, then the insurance will defend your employer. That coverage it's called non-owned, pays nothing toward my vehicle, pays nothing toward any of the liability that I have as the individual, but it protects the company, not the individual. So you need to make sure your individual policy is okay with you using your own vehicle within the scope of employment.
So it doesn't take over.
Nope. It only protects the company in the event of a lawsuit. Non-owned.
Okay.
Which is what they call symbol 9.
So is there a coverage where somebody says, hey, I don't know, HVAC electrician, I work for this company, I'm using my own vehicle, they're giving me an allowance. I don't know, I never checked with my insurance carrier if I'm good or not by using my own vehicle. I just know that I'm getting this like sweet ass allowance. Is there a coverage an employer could have that would cover my vehicle?
No.
Really?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
But I thought you were the almighty Dennis.
Not that I'm aware of.
Thank you. No, and I will like,
I mean,
I say that jokingly, but you're extremely knowledgeable with different coverages in different ways and the endorsements.
So commercial auto policies are based on symbols. That's what it's called, a symbol.
I have a symbol for you right now, sir.
Symbol 1, symbol 2, symbol 3,
sure.
all the way down to like symbol 13 or something.
Okay.
And I don't know of any that says, hey, if you're using your own personal vehicle, my insurance as the employer will cover you. No.
It just protects the company from any aftermath that is coming their way based
Correct.
on what has happened in this situation.
Correct.
Because I'm here to tell you that happens a lot. That
Yes,
happens
it
because
does.
it's cheaper, right? It's cheaper for the company to say, listen, I'm not going to have all these freaking documented, like, here's another driver listed on my policy and here, because it's more expensive to have an auto, a BOP or a business auto or whatever the case is, however it works out, whatever policy that is best. But a business auto policy where we have even a fleet of vehicles, and then you have maintenance, and you have this, and then you have that, and then you have all these different drivers, and you need to make sure that they're good with a driving record, and how does that affect your rates, and So it's like, you know what? I'm going to give you $500 a month, and we're just going to call it good. We're going to high five it up. We're going to think everyone's happy, and we're going to be on our way. But that's
Happens all the time.
but I'm saying, but that is legitimately a very, very, very common situation.
Yeah. So
Because it's a cheaper out, and then the employees are tickled pink because they're like, $500. I get a new truck. I get a new truck, like, or my shit's paid off, and like now I'm making $500 extra a month. Like, this is fantastic. A little gas money and whatever.
So
that
here's
doesn't
what I
even
hear.
cover the gas money though. That's just the allowance for the vehicle, for the maintenance and everything else. And then the gas is separate, right? Because you get a company gas card.
Well, if you get the company gas card,
no.
yes.
So I'm just saying, so like everybody feels like they're winning, but I think the important message is, are you protected? Ask the questions, understand what's going on.
Yep. You have to ask your insurance company.
Because the last
They're okay
thing you
with it.
want is, God forbid, something happen. And like, nobody plans it, right? We had a claim, and I'm sure this has happened more than once, which is just unfortunate. But we had a claim one time where somebody was trying to make a delivery. You're fine. You're good. Appreciate you as a person. But they had to stop in between deliveries or whatever the case was, appointments. And they stopped, they pulled over, and they were in a little bit of, it was like community, but
They were doing deliveries.
I mean, it was like home. It was a little rural, but not. I feel like old time
The question
Alito.
is, are they doing deliveries?
Okay, I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
I need you to stop with your questions and like clarifying
Brings
situation.
a whole nother aspect into it. But
No,
anyway,
well,
go ahead.
so this is pre-Uber. This is pre-Uber Eats. This is pre.
So they were doing deliveries.
I don't know. I think they were doing just like service calls. So I know they had a company van,
Okay.
like a work truck van type of thing.
Okay.
And they had to pull over at one point and use the restroom. And they were in enough of a rural area where they could like pull off to the side of the road and maybe tinkle by a tree. Which, to be fair, I've run many a 5K where people are like, the race starts, people are like, oh my God, I have to pee all of a sudden. And you literally have like 38 men peeing by a tree
Why are
within
you
the first
running?
200.
Somebody chasing you?
Listen. But anyway, so this guy, this claim, he has his truck. He hops out to go tinkle. Dude, he did not put that shit in park. And that thing went down the hill. It stops because it hits a house at the bottom of the hill. Mm-hmm. And so the claim is like damaged home. Mm-hmm. And then you have to do the recorded interview of, well, geez, Mr. Employee, how did this happen? Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to conduct that interview. Like, he doesn't want to be there. I don't want to ask, you know.
I had business in hand.
Legitimately. Oh. But my point is, so like something like that, right? So like, is that in the scope of employment? Because he's going in between jobs.
Yeah. So what in that particular, that's a good question.
Thank you.
In that,
it was covered on our policy just because it was a company vehicle. But in this case, like, what if it was a personal vehicle?
Yeah, it would fall. The damage to the home would fall under the personal policy first of the employee.
Woo! Don't have minimums.
Secondly, if there is a lawsuit, the employer is getting sued, so they better have non-owned coverage to protect them as the employer. Because what have we talked about before? Lawyers, what do? They follow the money trail.
Follow the money.
They're suing everybody. Whether you have anything to do with the accident or not, they're suing everybody because they know there's a chance that some insurance company out there is going to pay to make it go away.
Oh,
right?
Oh, no. You'll pay if you're not at fault. This is the thing. Like, I hate this example, but this was the little boy who drank the like tiki torch fluid out of the like the Solo cup that the dad put it in. It was awful. Like, it's tough. And our insured at the time was named, and we wrote a check. It wasn't a huge check in the big scheme of things, but it was like, just please accept this and let's move on. This clearly wasn't our fault. All we did was sell the freaking fluid, right? But you got money. It adds up.
$100,000.
It doesn't matter what it is. But you name every single person who ever touched anything or had anything to do with whatever
Correct.
went wrong.
You may have 10 people involved that are in the lawsuit.
But you name everyone, and it doesn't matter because you know you're going to get something out of it. And then you'll go from there. Yeah.
No.
I hate
So if
that
everybody
example.
pays $50,000, you got 10 people, and you got $500,000.
Right there.
Of course, the lawyer gets 30% of that, so they're happy. They get $150,000 out of that, and all they did was send in a claim.
Right.
But that's what they do, and all under the disguise of, well, I'm just helping out my client. BS! You're helping out your pocketbooks. What you're doing. Yeah. So, but no, I think there are some legitimate lawyers out there. Don't get me wrong, but the majority of them, that's the way they're taught. Sue everybody, regardless if they're at fault or not, because you might get $1 out of it.
You'll get $1 out of it.
But all right, let's go back to your house thing where the vehicle rolled down the hill.
So let's go 2 different examples. One example is company policy. Well, if it's a company vehicle, it's easy.
It's commercial.
It's commercial. Done.
Yeah.
It covers it. So let's say I am the person who's tinkling in the woods because sometimes, I got a mama bladder. Mama's got to go, So I pop off and I'm like, ooh, I got to tinkle. I got to go TT. And I hop out. I forgot to put that thing in park. That thing starts rolling down. Now what?
Well, again, if it's on your personal policy,
it's my car. It's my
your first line of defense.
Yeah.
In that case, if there's not a lawsuit, probably just your personal.
How
policy.
is there not a lawsuit? You ran into my damn if
I understand.
there's
but
a
if
lawsuit.
there is a lawsuit, they're also going after your employer.
Fair.
And it doesn't matter if you're 1099 or what, they're going after your employer. So employers, when you're looking at commercial insurance,
good aspect, yeah.
When you're looking at commercial insurance, 1099 insurance companies don't care how you handle taxes. Are they a true 1099, which means they have their own insurance? If they're not a true 1099, which then you have to, there's aspects that you include under your own under your own commercial policy to protect yourself, not your employer. So if I have a daycare who sends people to the store to pick up diapers or milk or fish sticks, whatever it is,
just a random errand,
and there is an accident, if it is discovered that employee was on the clock, you as the daycare owner could be sued, or at least at the minimum get a claim against you. So you better have non-owned coverage.
Say that one more time.
Non-owned coverage. You better have it.
Done.
That's what it's called. It's a symbol 9 on an insurance policy, commercial policy.
I think that's something that's done all too often and nobody talks about.
Oh, no.
Nobody talks about it.
I call it the bearer of bad news. And I explain this to people, and they're like, he's just trying to sell me another. I don't care if I sell it to you or not. I'm trying to protect you. I
almost feel like I lost a friend over it before, where I was like, I feel like you just have to look at, like, you got to dig a little deeper. And they're like, okay, well, we'll ask. And I was like, and I wasn't trying to like ask for their business. Like, well, let us take a look and let us see if we can. It was like, just ask your people and do what you got to, like, congratulations on the new job in employment and the different things. But it matters. It matters when it comes down to the coverage being applicable or saying, meh, no, you didn't disclose that, we're out. And for that reason, we're out. It matters.
And that's what adjusters are. That's what they do. Now, you could say, well, that son of a buck adjuster.
But you were asked the question.
But the fact of the matter is, it's a legal matter.
It's a legal matter.
Did you legally tell them that this is what the issue was? That this is a situation, excuse me. And if you did not explain that up front so the insurance company or the agent, because sometimes the agents don't always know if they don't ask the questions, that, it's...
And
Sorry.
I will say, if you, as an agent, because sometimes it's mid-policy that the job change happens, right? It doesn't always happen at auto renewal, right? And it's like, oh, well, is this personal or business use? And da-da-da-da-da. Like, if it's mid-year, that's the whole point of this podcast, right? It's just to educate you guys to know when a change happens, for the love of God, if anything happens that changes how your vehicle is being used, when your vehicle is being used, by whom your vehicle is being used, just call your agent and just ask the question.
We live in an extremely litigious society because of advertisements or whatever it is, billboards, whatever it is.
I also think like we've gone down quite a few notches just in like...
But on the flip side, as an individual, you're like, man, I am paying so much already for this, so much already for that.
No, I get it. But
I get it.
But don't pay all for naught.
Yeah.
Don't piss away the money because you've got the wrong cover. You're still paying.
You're going to pay more.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, don't pay a X amount for zero value when you could pay a little, like X plus one, and actually get the coverage that you need.
Yeah. So, for instance, the majority of realtors that are out there, if they're signed up with a company like Keller Williams or Ebby or name one of the other, Century 21,
big brokerage, right?
They're required to have a certain level of liability.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, they have to have a certain level of liability.
Very cool. Okay.
So if they don't have that level of liability, they have to prove it too with whoever they're contracted with to sell real estate.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay. I didn't know that.
But that is because those companies, Keller,
probably
Williams,
have experienced something
Ebby,
before.
Century 21. Exactly.
There are warning labels on things for a reason. I'm going to tell you this right now. I did this in college at my highly, highly Christian school that I told you I went to. I got kicked out. I'm just kidding. I didn't get kicked out, but trust me, everybody wanted me to leave, and so did I. But
you didn't fit in, huh?
I didn't. It wasn't my best year. Yeah. But curling irons. Warning label. Ready? Paul? For external use only. I'll leave you with that. There's a reason there is a warning on curling irons. Because somebody got cute. And so my point is the reason there's not a lot to say. And so, and there I've got a ton.
Used to, vehicle manuals would tell you how to set the points, how to adjust the points in your engine. You probably don't remember what that is, but
I don't even know what you're talking about. I appreciate you as a person again.
Now, the auto manual says don't drink the battery acid.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Because there was a lawsuit somewhere along the line.
All right, listen.
Somebody drank it and said, "Well, your document didn't say don't drink the acid."
And I'd like to go back to my previous statement where I feel like we've gone down a couple notches in some things, but
that's because of you talking about
curling irons. That's not. I wasn't the reason for that label, but we are insurance gone wild. So let's be honest about that. And that's all very true. Like, I want everyone to go out, shop for a curling iron, look at the warning label. It's going to tell you for external use only.
Let me put it from a completely different perspective, but making sure you have the right coverages and the right things going on. I had a general contractor call me this week, and I won't say their name, but if they're listening to the podcast, they'll know who they are, and they're pretty cool, I think, if I shared the example without mentioning their name. They had a subcontractor that dug through a piece, some ground that was clearly marked by the utility company that does the markings on the ground.
Like to not dig?
To not dig here. It was clearly marked, and they dug there, and they hit a gas line.
Yeah.
So they call me, and Dennis, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? The fire department came out.
Don't smoke a cigarette.
Blah, 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 this and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, here's the thing. You have insurance. Does your subcontractor have insurance that did this? Yes. You're good. But let me ask you this. Does your contract between you and the subcontractor state that they will hold you harmless for anything that they do? He's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I went back and looked at a sample of the contract they sent to me. I'm like, it says hold harmless. I said, if this is the contract you use, you're good. Just send any bill that you get from the fire department or the gas company, send it to your subcontractor. Let them pay it. Let their insurance company pay it. Let them pay it out of the pocket. So the thing is that no matter what level you're at, whether you're the employer, the employee, or you're 3 steps up at the general contractor, make sure that your policies cover you in the event that something goes wrong. Because eventually something will go wrong. Eventually.
Yeah. And it, man, a lot of times it's the stuff that's just like hit you in the face. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. Like, are you like, it was clearly marked gas line and you dug, but you can't control if you use subs, or maybe your guy's having an off day or blah, 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 whatever the case. But like, if you're not the one out there controlling every single thing, and then you can't control it. So that's the point of insurance, though. Exactly. And that's my point, right? Ultimately, if you are somebody who is using your vehicle for business purposes, if you are self-employed, that is one thing, but you still need to make sure, and if it's like low-key stuff, right? Like if you're realtor, insurance agent, salesperson, you're kind of like going out, just different things.
Yeah, well, even some companies will
business
say,
purpose.
If you're an electrician, we might let you put it on a personal policy.
But again,
you got to ask the question.
You got to ask the question. But also, are you an electrician who then is carrying $30,000 worth of fiber optics? Like whatever I don't know what that kind of stuff is, but like whatever kind of equipment, tools or this or that or whatever in the back, and then somebody steals it. Who covers that?
And that happens. I've had those claims.
But like you just have to have the conversations, and that's the whole point of this episode is have the conversation. And if you don't know, then call 817-753-0093.
Yeah,
Excuse me, sir. Get off my ass. I need that number.
I had a client in the last 3 years.
Congratulations, you've had a client.
Yeah, that
proud of you.
Had a trailer. They built things. Let's just say I won't get too specific because I don't know this client that well. I didn't know this client that well, but they had a trailer who carried tools for stuff that they built.
Kind of like a Snap-on type thing, or different?
No.
Okay.
They created wood products. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
And anyway, I told them, look, you want to insure that trailer with the stuff in it.
Yeah.
This is a little bit off the subject of what we started out, but they're like, no, that's too expensive. I'm like, no, I don't think it is. It's not that much more.
No, I don't think it is.
No, it's too expensive. Okay. They had that trailer stolen. They are no longer in business because they couldn't afford to replace the tools that were in there. And then they asked me for help. I'm like, I tried to help you at the beginning, brother. I'm sorry. I told you. I told you. And I did do I told you so. I did do that because it was a long conversation, multiple conversations I have with them on the front end. That if something happens with that trailer, can you afford to lose all that stuff?
Yeah, that's tough. And please understand, like, we're not and I told you so type agency necessarily to your face all the time. We will do it behind your back. But we will not always do it to your face unless
the only
it's
reason
been a
I
lot
did
of
it this
conversation.
time is because the guy kept begging me for help. I'm like, dude, I told you
we
at the
literally had this
beginning
conversation
that this would not work unless you could afford to lose those tools. And evidently you cannot afford to lose those tools, and he's out of business.
Yeah, and that's like life insurance. I can't afford life insurance. Well, then you can't afford to not have life insurance. So on that note, wrap us up.
Yeah, no, that's perfect deal. So we are at the end of our time. This is Insurance Gone Wild. And if you have questions, comments, rude remarks
are welcome. We'll be rude back, but they are welcome.
That's right. Reach out to us at email address is contact@igwpodcast.com or give us a call, 817-753-0093. We would love to hear from you. We do hear from you, some of you on occasion. We love that fact that you reach out to us and ask us questions. We don't even care if it results in a policy for us. We just want the questions. So reach out to us, ask us the questions, and we will, if maybe try to address them here on the podcast without giving away any information about who it was that asked it. But anyway, reach out to us. We appreciate it, and we look forward to talking with you next time.